Hey guys, going to throw a few shots with the Tour Dynam-x and compare it against the new clone coming out from Roto Grip. Normally you wouldn't think these balls would be comparable, but we put 2000 surface on the clone after the last video that we did, and we really wanted to see how they compared against each other and how they went in the bag. So let's throw a few shots and see. And for me, this Tour Dynam-x is honestly, it's like a cheat code. It's just good from everywhere. I mean, yeah, when I didn't throw that the best, and it literally just blended the lane, went through the pins. It was honestly pretty amazing. I'm so impressed with this ball to start with. This ball, to me, even though I have 2000 surface, they both have the same surface on it. I think that the Tour Dynam-x, just because of the lower RG on it, it's going to be earlier, and that the clone's going to be a little bit later. So let's see.
So, I would throw these balls in a similar time. Like when I'm bowling my sport shots, I want them on the fresh because I want early and I want controllable. And on the shot, it looks like they're pretty similar, so we're just going to see the difference. And for me right now, I think the Tour Dynam-x is just doesn't have that back end because of the lower diff. But let's keep throwing shots and let's see how it goes.
So I just threw that one. I got it out to the friction a little early, and it kind of popped off of it really strong and went high, which is fine. Like I said, we're trying to figure out which ball we're going to use, when we're going to use it. The higher RG that's going to be on the clone is something I thought would be a little more pop down lane, but honestly, it's just, to me, it's just a little bit of a lazier ball. So it's almost like more of a control ball, which is what I thought the Tour Dynam-x would be. So let's keep throwing shots and see.
So that shot, I just didn't get it as far right on my first shot, but you can see it reads really early and still has that motion down lane. So it's really just being able to see where that ball will hook. And in my eyes, like, I'm seeing it hook really early, but it's not coming off the spot really hard. So if I throw a couple more shots, how will it move when I move more left or whenever I throw the clone?
Oh, thanks. All right, so for my next shot, I'll be switching back to the clone, or switching to the clone. That Tour Dynam-x, it looks like it just really kind of hooks from everywhere, but not like straight right to left. It's not like hockey stick. It's just a strong hook, and it's really forward and left. So looking really good. So I'm going to switch to the clone now.
Hey, you got one, I got one, right? So I moved left and got around that a little bit more just to see how responsive it is to hand positions, and it really is. It's really controllable, and what I expect from the clone is just to be a really big ASIM solid, kind of like Reality, a gem, but it's supposed to replace the original UFO. So let's see how that looks on this house shot. Five.
Yeah, I just threw a 5 count, but that's okay. Yeah, with that 2000, that I won't say UFO because that's what it's compared to. The clone looks actually just like it really wants to just go. It is a solid, so now putting that surface on there, it acts more like a solid instead of having the reactive loss on there. But I'm still trying to figure out, break point, when it's going to react and what it's going to look good on. So, and Johnny's just carrying the world over here.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. So it just reads so much, like it reads in a similar part of the lane, and everything kind of blends together when it's a house shot because you want the most amount of like mist room because there's all that oil in the middle. But I can already tell whenever I throw these, if I were to throw these on a sports shot, they would hook in a similar area. It's just how much back end and how much overall shape I would get. So right now the clone just has way more.
So if I have to be 100% honest, when I threw the clone out of the box, I hated it. It didn't blend the lane at all for me, just didn't look good. And it might look good on sport or different patterns, but not with me and the condition that I was bowling on. So putting the 2000 really helps me blend the lane a lot better. Which one would I use right now on a house shot? They're really close as far as which one I would throw, but let's throw one more with the clone and see.
So I move like way left and try to get around that, and it just handles the oil a lot better. I feel like if I throw a Tour Dynam-x there, I might not even hit the head pin. I might because it's a house shot, but it doesn't look like it digs in the oil as much, which is kind of what we expected, but they're still really like early, rolly, and controllable. So they fit not the same spot in the bag, but a similar shape. 9 pin.
Yeah, I just stoned a 9 pin, but so I moved left, kind of slow wheeled a little bit just to see how it would react, and you could definitely see it pick up in the mid lane, and then went through the pins pretty strong. Which ball would I use on a house shot? Honestly, I think you go either way. I think it just really depends on the angles you want to try to get and where you want to see the ball starting to pick up. So, and Johnny missed. Not as good as me sometimes.
My carry went away. I thought if I could throw it cute, if I could keep on like that, it would hook. All right, so we just finished throwing the shots, comparing the Clone versus the Tour Dynam-x. I know these are two pretty different balls, but at the same surface, they look pretty similar. They were really early, they were really rolly, and they're really controllable. What did you think?
You know, for me, even with them at the same surface, I felt like the Tour Dynam-x, for me, was just stronger on the back end. And maybe that was just because of where it started. I think it started up a little bit sooner and just kept going. So it looked like a more overall hook, while this was actually just a little bit longer and just a little bit lazier for me. And that could be just, you know, how our balls have lane shined or how they haven't, and the different surfaces.
Oh, don't confuse hook with like left to right motion. We consider hook as front to back. So this ball is technically hooking more, but you see this has more motion downlink just because it stores more energy. It doesn't have as much diff and it's not touching as much part of the lane. So when we say this ball is hooking, when we say this ball is hooking more, don't confuse that with back end motion.
So after seeing the shots that we threw, which ball is going to work best for you? You know, where does it fit in your bag? So let us know, leave a comment below, and just kind of let us know what you think. So also, if you like what we're doing, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. We also want to thank Armadillo Lanes for giving us something to bowl on today. If you're ready to get yours, it's available August 18th. Come see us at Striker Results Pro Shop. And this is Billy, and this is Johnny. We'll see you next time at Striker Results Pro Shop.